This judge, this 3 weeks was a clerk in a patent judge's court. This Asian lady that knows nothing about what mothers do when they mad at fathers and what fathers do when they mad at mothers, knows nothing about any of this. I walked in that court, she saw a black man, and she went at it hard. Everybody knows Asian women don't like black men. It's a fact. Not all of them. Just like all of this is not all of that. But everyone knows. I walked in that court, honey. The way she treated me, took everything from me, tried to tell me to go back and get evaluated again, and you're about to be 18, shows me she had no intention of really fixing the problem. This was just to screw me, because she's down with your moms and that Marsha climbing that clip. And she was a racist. So, the first time I'm hearing any of this, you're, well, not junior year, not senior year, nothing, no literal dialogue. And then you're now well into your freshman year. And this is how I'm finding. So, like everything that's beautiful, your mom always make it ugly for me, has made it ugly for me, and that's just a fact. So I'm in joy hearing that my baby's in college. She's in Spelman. And I'm elated. But I'm finding out in this way from this person who has done everything to exclude me and to just, she speaks about ruining people's lives. How did I ruin your life? You got the prize. You got Kiara. You always keep saying that. I swear, like, I read your stuff and it sounds like you're not happy about being Kiara's mom. You've always said, like, what did I do to you? Look what you have. I partnered with you and look what we came up with. John Lennon once said, I'm an artist. You give me a tuba, I'll get you something out of it. That's a quote from the departed Jack Nicholson. But it's a cool quote that I like to use because the point is, whatever I have, I'm going to get you something out of it. You know the old, give me lemons, I'll make lemonade. Lady, you did all of that to stop me, and you know there was no community. What are you prepared to do for Kiara's college education? So now at this time, I'm not going to have a conversation with you about such things. I want to talk with Kiara. You understand? But now she wants to extort me. If you want to talk to Kiara, you got to run the money, which is what she was running the whole time, was an extortion plan. But I was always that dude. Oh boy, here comes the rain. I meant to go in before it started, but I feel like getting drenched. It feels, I did my head today, so it feels exhilarating. I'll get caught because this video is important to me. So I didn't want to talk. I didn't talk with her about it then. I wound up speaking with you. We had our first conversation, and it broke my heart because you were telling me how cold it was in the room, and you were down there by yourself, and you were ordering Uber. I said, honey, you moved down to Georgia. Oh my God, I'm so proud of you. One of my goals and ambitions, and I used to tell you, because we'd be in the car a lot of me bringing you and taking you home and dropping you, picking you up. Honey, I'm going to sit you here, and Daddy going to teach you to drive. So when I found out that, you know, you had your license, you know, whatever, again, I'm so happy and so proud, but then I'm brokenhearted because it was for me to teach you that. But they stole that from us too. I ain't gonna say they stole it from me, they stole it from us, but you don't understand that yet. But you're using your critical thinking and your psych degree and your common sense. After hearing some of these things, hopefully, to just ask some questions, man. Ask some questions, my love. Yikes. It's your dad. I'm your father, Kiara. Look at me. I love you with all my heart, honey. Bifocals and all. Kiara. Let me shut that leg. Honey Bunch. Your mom is writing these things, these lies, she's not saying the facts, she's saying alternative facts about what happened. In 2026, she hasn't grown. She hasn't evolved. So it's time for me to start telling you some of these truths. And I have my YouTube channel to bring this full circle. The YouTube channel is because she took everything else away. She's managed to obstruct me every step of the way since this witch of a judge took everything away from me. Alleged witch. But it's not alleged what she did, the evil she did. And now she ain't been in family court in years. She did her bid in family court, now she's in some other court. But I can only imagine the damage she done. If she took everything from a stand-up father like me, I fought for that lady. I fought for that, and I won that by men that were more educated, more experienced than you, that you couldn't touch, that were judges. And you decide you're going to come in there after 3 weeks and take everything away from a good father and a good man? There's an old episode of The Honeymooners where I thought the camera stopped. After the bully leaves the pool room and he says he's going to beat up Ralph Cramden, and Norton is the one that got him in that jam. So the guy's walking out and Norton wants to be tough and yell something at him, and Norton yelled, "A pox on you and all your ancestors." But he said it funny. He said, "A pox on you and all your ancestors." That judge what she did. So since that, it's just been free range to do what you want. Kind of like getting immunity. No matter what you do, you have immunity because you're doing it as your title. Same play. See the play, Kiara. See what's been done to stop us and the mechanisms behind the scenes that you would have no way of knowing about. Listen to your father. Listen to my voice. Feel my words. Feel my passion. I don't speak to you with scripts. I get the copy of the text so I can read the text to you. Or if I need a definition online of a word. This is all off the top. Listen to my tone. Listen to how freely the words flow. Is this a script? Or did I live this? Am I making this up? Or are these historical facts documented in court and everywhere? Honey, you gotta use your critical thinking skills. You gotta come on, my love. And if these messages from your mom that I'm sharing with you because I reached out to her in desperation once again, how is Kiara and where's Kiara? Now, meanwhile, she sent me another lengthy message, but still won't say how is Kiara and where's Kiara. She had the nerve to send me a message. In part of this message, it says, "I sent Kiara your address and your phone number. I have nothing else for you." Yeah, but she said, and then she wrote it, thank God, because come to find out she wrote the wrong address. It's off by 200 decimals. It's not my address. You know my address by now? Number one. Number two, there's a term, it's conspicuous in its absence. And what that simply means, honey, is something can stand out when someone leaves it out intentionally. It becomes conspicuous in its absence. One of my favorites. Conspicuous in his absence is, and I gave her your YouTube channel information. Your mom didn't say she gave you that. She said, I gave her your name and your number. I gave her your number and your phone number and your address. And I can't do, I got nothing else. What'd she say? She's such a victim. Oh. I have a restraining order against you, Robert. I will enforce it if I have to. Please just stop. You have messed up my life enough, and I've been trying to keep things together for us. Here we go. You know, you're her sister, you're her homegirl, you know, with no help from you. Other than your same old stories, don't show up when needed. We already addressed don't show up when needed. I show up, I get arrested the way your mom does the play. All right, let's knock it off. Your audacity to say such things in 2026 shows me that you're not only so comfortable lying to Kiara and staying in the story and keeping this storyline, it shows me how dangerous you are, how scary you are. And it reminds me how lucky I was to get away from someone that could be so mean. You're lying, lady. I show up, you threaten to have me. Come on. I'm doing that jokingly, but you used to do that too, remember? Remember y'all used to do that all the time, threatening me? And I would be like, how you have your 11-year-old daughter doing this? Of course, Ashley, your beautiful sister, who I loved, hates me. She been getting this training from 11. So now that's her partner to train you from you since you're a baby. So she co-signed everything your mom said. So even if you wonder what your mom said, you're not going to doubt what your sister said. But my retort would be, honey, and for you to consider and to think with your critical thinking that and your logical thinking. But yeah, well, if my sister's saying it also, it must be true. But you got to understand your sister was being manipulated. She was 11 years old. I've told those stories too. Your mom had Ashley in court testifying against me, lying against me. The judge threw it out. Tell your mom she ever bring Ashley in court again, she's going to be held in contempt. Your mom is never going to tell you that story. And in Ashley's mind, again, the way I gave you those other scenarios, because I was there, your mom decided to bring Ashley in there and run a play. She brought your rest in peace, your nana. She brought your nana to testify too. The judge said, no, I don't believe you, because they were lying. But your moms will make somebody do that. I'm not saying these things to disparage your mom, but I have to stand up for myself, Kiara, and you need to know the truth. I've been fighting to see you. I've been dealing with someone who's obsessed with me not seeing you, and will use the system, will use people. And it's just enough. This stuff that she's writing in 2026 showing me like, yeah, not only am I still Deboing you and Deboing this situation, I don't care. Not only am I trolling you after I leave you these messages and then writing God bless, when you know 90% of what you just wrote is lies, delusion, fabrication, and outright sinful, and then you're going to end it with God bless because what I'm doing and saying is godly. My mission to see my daughter is godly. So you think by saying that you're making fun of me, you're mocking me, you're mocking God. Because you're saying what you're saying as if this is the historical fact of what happened. And it's not. And I have the truth and the evidence. Kiara, just listen to me. How could I be making all of this stuff up? I just talk. I tell history. Sometimes I got to stop because I get chills. You got to be able to interpret and learn also, like, how people are talking and what's going on. And these are things your dad wants to teach you. I worry about you so much in this world of deceit. What kind of guys you talking to, what's going on. I know your mom teach you a lot with that, but there's things that only your dad can teach you. And in case you haven't noticed listening to me, and anybody on that side of town that's listening to me, I've read a book or two. I've lived in my 6 decades and learned a thing or two. I know a little something about a little something. So when I speak, it should be clear. This is a man that has a lot to offer his daughter. This is a man that has a lot to teach his daughter. Why would someone not want to have their child be able to learn from this man? And he adores his daughter. He's only going to tell her good things. Why would someone want to stop that? Because Kiara, your mom's petrified that I'm going to tell you all of these things, which these things I'm telling you now is just general. I'm not even going into great detail the hell that I was going through with her. Getting locked up as she lying. You know what? It's one thing to be, you did what you did. But it's another thing sitting in there. God bless the folks that are wrongfully accused, doing life and doing, how could you deal with that? I was losing my mind because I knew it wasn't true. But you got to go through the process. And in that process, boom. And I was supposed to just fall back, not try to see you, pay a whole bunch of money. I ain't talking about all the child support I paid thousands. I was supposed to pay more than above and beyond that. And then maybe she'll let me see you. And I said, God, stay with me and protect me. And he did. I said, Jesus, you know what's in my heart. And you know who I am and what I'm trying to do. Please help me and don't let me go. Well, I say that prayer every day as part of my prayers, but I was saying it a lot then. And guess what? God is very good to me. Jesus never failed me. And that's why, my love, I'm still here. I'm still fighting to be in your life. I'm jumping up and down trying to get your attention, Kiara, Roberta, my beautiful daughter. Start using your head, man. Consider some of these little snippets I'm sharing with you now. And they're only because they're recent from a few days. Your mom is talking like it's 20-something years ago and she's just mad. How you still mad 20-something years later? Talk about what I did to you. I gave you a beautiful child. God blessed us. But all of the beautiful joy that you've had with Kiara, you got that partially because of me. But you don't want to share it. You want it all for yourself. You did everything, and then oh, that's what you said. And then I show up after you did all of the hard work. You excluded me junior year and senior year and into freshman year, but then you said, okay, let me hit this dude up and try to get some money out of him. Run your pockets. Rabbit ears. Right? That's how you interact with the father of your child. That's how you stop her from talking with her dad during that whole beautiful process, because you, the non-college graduate, is going to be her advisor about college. The non-college graduate. Not the college graduate that went at school at night for 6 years, which means he's dedicated to get that education and dedicated to being successful and finishing something he starts. Worked 2 jobs while I was going to school at night for 6 years, Kiara, Roberta. You know that about your dad? Yeah. But he's not qualified to advise you on what are you thinking about for college, honey, all of the fun we would have had. No, mommy got to do all of that. And then mommy comes back. I show up after she did all of the hard work. As if I wasn't banging on the door, kicking and screaming and jumping up and down. Please, let me in, Kiara, please. I want to help you. But you can't disregard all of the papers, all of the documents, all the printouts of all of my text messages that are all over the place, just in case. Kiara, when I see you and speak with you, I don't want to speak about any of this. I want to speak about who you are, what you up to, what you're interested in, what are you doing, and I want to let you know more about your dad. What you need to know. And we have some business to discuss, my love. Come on, honey. You're in the world. You're a big girl. You're a woman. You're 25, gonna be 26. Daddy got 6 decades. Another birthday, God willing, coming up. Honey, we're not getting this time back. Come on. Use your head. Think a little bit. I don't want to talk about any of this, but I pray every day God touches your heart and you say, I'm going to reach out to my dad. Thank you for that light. That looks nice. It's from somebody's headlights. I pray every day God touch your heart and say, I'm going to speak to my dad, reach out to my dad. When you do, I'm not talking about any of this stuff. I promise you, my love. I'm going to be too excited just to learn about you and kick it with my baby girl. And then once you come to the city, once you chill out with your dad, come see where I'm at, we have to talk business. I have to show you some things, like some real things, my love. Business. But according to your mom, there's nothing going on. I got nothing for you. It's not so. And I'm going to end on this note. Kiara's mom. I tried really hard to be your friend. I tried really hard to love you and partner with you. You've made it hell. But if, by the grace of God, touch your heart, call him whatever name you want. I call him Jesus because Jesus has always been my Lord and Savior. Whether I knew it or not, but I knew it. to touch your heart. And if that were to happen tonight and you wake up tomorrow morning and decide, I'm going to get out of the way and I'm going to stop this and I'm going to allow Kiara to have this relationship and just get out of the way. And maybe even I'll tell Kiara some truths and just take some ownership for, yeah, I really was an asshole when I did that. You know what? That was really mean what I did to your dad. Surely there's something in the universe that you did that you know was wrong. That, well, you know it was all wrong, but that you're willing to acknowledge. And what I'm saying to you is, I pray every day that you would just reach that point that you say, I'm going to just get out of the way. If you do that, Kiara's mom, like that, all of this is done. I just want to speak with and communicate with my daughter, Kiara Roberta. That's all I want. I could let all of this go. I've let it go. I don't bother you. But you're the gatekeeper, and you're still trying to shake me down. I respect your gangster. Why you can't respect mine? I'm a father. So your gangster is, that's not motherly gangster. Motherly gangster is like what my mom did, what your mom did. They overcame so much obstacles and still made sure they fed all of their children and everybody is okay and we're all still here. You know, your uncle, Kiara, who your mom met actually when he came home on leave back in '01. He turned 75 yesterday. I'm so happy and proud my mother's firstborn 75. My point is, these years have gone by. He taught me how to play chess. I play chess every day of my life. I've played chess every day of my life for the past 40-something years. He turned 75. Your dad got 6 decades. God willing, gonna have another. Thank you for this light. Man, this looks so cool. I wish he was here the whole time. Okay. The years are going by. But anyway, yeah, your mom met him. My point is, you have family, you have so much. If your mom just relax and get out of the way and just chill, acknowledge some of these things, that's a stretch right there. Admit that, yeah, your dad's telling you the truth. I really did fuck him up that time. Yeah, your dad's telling you the truth. Your dad ain't never hit me or do nothing like that. He ain't even like that. But she won't do that. But it's a fact. Tell the truth. I have no problems with your mommy. But I have to stand up for myself. We're all on a clock. I'm looking at the clock on top of this video, honey. We're all on a clock. And she's wasted enough of our time. She's stolen enough of our time. All in the name of it's for Kiara. All in the name of we. We don't want your excuses. We don't, I was just doing that because I like how it looks. We don't want your excuses. We. All of this victim stuff. Don't raise my daughter to be no victim. Tell her the truth. And honey, in case you haven't figured it out, your dad has a lot to teach you and a lot to share about life, about this world. We can talk. Anybody that would want to stop you from getting my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding got to be a hater. Got to have an issue. Because it's just not intelligent to try to stop this flow. And you know what else it is? It's impossible to stop this flow. I'm Kiara's dad. I love you forever, mama. Call me Kiara. But we're not going to talk about any of this stuff. But I need you to reach out to me, my big girl. Please. I love you, Kiara.